Go ahead and grab your Bibles. Let's go to Joshua 5. Go to Joshua 5. I wanted to do my lapel mic today, but hey, sweetheart. Let's get to Joshua 5. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. It ain't gonna work today. It just doesn't have the kind of power it needs to have for this. It just don't have the kind of power we need today. Joshua 5. Joshua 5. Oh God, hallelujah. You give me a preaching voice, God, I do it. Joshua 5. If you got it, say amen. If you need a moment, say I need a moment. Go right ahead. Come on, it's about to make sense. Joshua 5. If you open up yourself today, you'll get free. You'll never deal with it again. Just saying. It's about to make sense. It's about to make sense. It's about to make sense. We ready? Gonna cut the music. We ready? Joshua 5. And it reads, and it came to pass when all the kings of the Amorites, which were on the side of Jordan westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites, which were by the sea, heard that the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel until we were passed over, that their heart melted, neither was their spirit in them anymore. I'm going to say that again. Neither was their spirit in them anymore because of the children of Israel. They're not hearing what I'm reading. Okay, I'm just going to continue. At that time, the Lord said unto Joshua, make these sharp knives and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. Circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. And Joshua made him sharp knives and circumcised the children of Israel at the heel of the foreskins. Verse 4 says, and this is the cause why Joshua did circumcise all the people that came out of Egypt that were males, even all the male men of war died in the wilderness. By the way, the people that were fighting, people that was accustomed to fighting, the people that knew how to fight, skilled to fight, taught to fight, died in the wilderness after they came out of Egypt. Now all the people that came out were circumcised, but all the people that were born in the wilderness, by the way, as they came forth out of Egypt, them they had not circumcised. Two different types of people here. Two different types. Those who were circumcised, those who wasn't circumcised. I'm gonna get there, I promise. For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness till all the people that were men of war, skilled men, people that can fight, people that knew to fight, people that was taught to fight, which came out of Egypt, were consumed. The people who knew how to fight was consumed, but because they obeyed not the voice of the Lord. They were living by the wrong sword. The wrong sword. You trusted in your skill more than you trusted in your God. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense. I'm just reading the text. Okay. That because they obeyed not the voice of the Lord, unto whom the Lord sware that he would not show them the land. You don't want to be in the prison of the Lord. I don't know if they heard that prophecy. You don't want to be put in the prison of the Lord. Let's continue. Which the Lord sware unto their fathers that he would give us, a land that floweth with milk and honey. Continue. And their children, whom he raised up instead. Because you disobeyed, I'm going to put you in this wilderness of prison. And I'm going to go ahead and send your children instead. Two types of people, circumcised and not circumcised. Here it is. For they were uncircumcised because they had not circumcised them, by the way. Verse 8 say, and it came to pass when they had done circumcising all the people, that they abode in their places in the camp till they were whole. Another prophecy that we just heard. I like how the prophets go before me, and it's just like they like paved the way for me. Okay. You know, okay, we almost done. Y'all, let me read the scripture and then I'm gonna preach because we ain't gonna be here 8 hours today. And the Lord said unto Joshua, this day have I rolled away the reproach of Egypt from off you. Wherefore the name of this place is called Gilgal unto this day. And the children of Israel encamped in Gilgal and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month, even in the plains of Jericho. And they did eat of the corn of that land on the morrow after the Passover, unleavened cakes and parched corn in the same day. This is where I like it. And the manna ceased on the morrow after they had eaten of the corn of that land. Neither had the children of Israel had manna anymore, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year. Somebody say that year. Okay, 3 more verses. We almost here. And it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, art thou for us or for our adversary? Who you with? who you with? I need to know, friend or foe. I need to know. You got your hand on your sword. I'm trying to figure out who you are. We plexing or not? I need to know. And he said, nay, I ain't for neither one of y'all. But as a captain of the host of the Lord am I now come. It was an angel came to visit him. Oh, my angel on my side. No, he not. He's on the Lord's side. He's not going to do your will. He's going to do God's will. That's why the hand is on the sword. The hand is on the sword. You keep playing with these angels while they on assignment. Okay. I told y'all last week, angels then got released. They on assignment, but you keep thinking they gonna play with you. I know we paint them all real beautiful, and it's gonna be this real great God encounter with these angels. No, baby, they got swords in their hand, and it's like either you gonna do it or shall I look for another? I'm trying to figure it out, because if I need to plex with you because you won't do the will of the Lord, you're gonna stop me from doing my assignment, and I'm in trouble. I just need to know. I just need to know. He said, I came from the host of the Lord. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship and say unto him, what said Jesus Christ of Nazareth? What said my Lord unto his servant? What he say? What he say? And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thy standest is holy. And Joshua did so. If I could give you a sermonic topic for today, it would be, it's coming full circle. Have a seat. It's coming full circle. Come on, tap your neighbor on the side. Do a little light tap, because if y'all do too much, it's already gonna get a little hot up in here. So don't just do a little light. Just say it's about to make sense. It's about to make sense. I know it's been hard, but it's about to make sense. It's about to come full circle for you. Mhm. Full circle, full circle, full circle. We coming back to the one in this thing. Okay, let me break this text up because I told y'all I ain't gonna be up here 8 hours today. I told y'all, y'all not gonna keep me that long today. Okay, so here it is. Here it is. For those of you that was with us last week, caught the replay, or even know your Bible, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of let you know where we're standing. What is happening right now is that the children of Israel have already crossed over the Jordan, but they have not yet entered into Canaan. I'm gonna say it again. They have crossed over the Jordan, but they have not yet entered into Canaan. They have not yet entered into the promised land. I hear it, Lord. I'll say that again. The Lord said, let me rephrase it. He just said to me, it wasn't that they had not just yet entered, they had not yet reached into a place of taking it. They had not reached into a place where they commanded the land, but they were present there. And so what we're finding out is now every person that was around has now heard what God has done for them at the Jordan. You were thinking you were going to be vindicated when you got over there and they saw you. No, baby, they already heard about what God was doing for you. And now they didn't heard that God didn't showed up in your life. They didn't heard that God didn't touched you and you oily. They didn't heard that God didn't did this, broke you out of that. They didn't heard what God is doing for you. And I'm pretty sure they didn't heard around the way that their forefathers had already got the promise that this land belonged to them. Now this is already moving into place. And I wondered why the text started with what they heard. I was trying to figure it out because the rest of the text has nothing to do with the other people, but the text starts with what they heard. I'm here to comfort you for a moment and let you know they already know you coming. They didn't already heard about you, boo-boo. Which is so interesting to me because, I told you we were dealing with two types of people, circumcised and uncircumcised. It's interesting because the first set of people that encountered them, they were circumcised people. They were people that knew the way. They were people that knew the promise. They were people that were trained and skilled in war. They were people who knew how to pray, who knew how to fast, who knew how to contend. But when it was time to take it, they were too coward. They were too coward. Circumcised people. I find it interesting that we live in a day and age and time where I feel like there's two types of people that are in this thing right now. Two types, circumcised and uncircumcised. I find that people that have been in church their whole life know exactly what to do, when to do, and how to do it. If a chord hits a certain kind of way, they know how to respond. They know. But when it came time to go take territory for God, when it came time to go take it back for the kingdom, when it came time to do the will of the Lord, they were too coward to move. How is it you know the way? How is it you know the promise? How is it you know what you should do? You should be doing it because he trained you to do it. You should be doing it because he prepared you to do it. But yet you go over there and you see yourself as grasshoppers. Circumcised. And yet, this new little hot generation start coming up. And this new little hot generation, the old people want to be like, yeah, you know what? They don't like this new generation. They don't like to listen. They don't like to fit in. They just so doggone rebellious. Two types of people, uncircumcised and circumcised. Here it is. Two types of people are camping together in the wilderness. Two types of people are functioning together in the wilderness. Two types of people are in the wilderness, in transition, in training together, but only one type can cross over. My preach voice is here. Only one type can get to the other side. Only one, only one, only one. I saw a post and the apostle said, he started with a question and he said, are you different? He said, it is not very often that someone who was popular in one dispensation can cross over into another dispensation. It's very rare that someone can do that. It's very, very, very rare that they can stay at the top of this thing of Christianity celebrity. It's very rare that they can stay there. He said, but there got to be one contingency and it got to be different. And there was somebody in the camp who was the only person that was able to cross over, and his name was Caleb. And it's because he was the only one who was different with all the men he was trained. He was the only one who crossed over and went over there with the spies and said, I don't care what they say, we can take this land. See, the problem with the old versus the new is perspective. Caleb didn't see himself like a grasshopper. He didn't see himself like that. But what was around him, what trained him, what groomed him, saw themselves that way. And this generation, I'm understanding, it's a lot of false humility. They want to tell you, you shouldn't look at yourself so highly. You shouldn't look at yourself like that. So you shouldn't think of yourself like that. There's no way you should be walking around here with your head so high. There is no way you should be walking around here looking like that. It's no way you should be walking around who you think you are. I'm just trying to figure out if there are any Calebs in the room that can be in both places. I'm just best of both worlds. I have to suggest that I'm a type of Caleb. I can deal with the old and the new. I'm a different kind of person. I mean, I'm different. Are you different? I'm just trying to figure it out. I can dwell in between the places because, see, I didn't have a perspective problem. The truth of the matter is they wanted me to think small. The truth of the matter is they didn't want me to see myself like that. The truth of the matter is, but my mind was too big for what they were trying to confound me in. It's too big. With you first, because the truth of the matter is, you, some of you are Caleb's in the room. That's the reason why God is calling you, and you like, yeah, should I don't really know, because the last time I wanted to go over there and take it, I had a whole nation tell me no. See, I don't have, the frustrations of Caleb's are like, you know what? Everybody in the room is saying one thing while I'm saying another. Everybody else is seeing one thing while I'm seeing another. And see, the thing about Caleb's, no one deals with the frustration of Caleb's. They have to sit there and say, am I the one that's crazy? Am I the one that's making this up? Am I the one that's doing different? Am I rebellious? Is there a problem with me? Everybody in the room is doing the same thing but me. Everybody. And see, I believe that the first giant I gotta kill is the one of those of you that are giants, but you accepted what everybody said over there in the wilderness. You accepted everybody else's thought pattern over there in the wilderness, because again, we don't know how long it was from the time that Caleb said we can go take it, and from the time they actually took it. We don't know how long it was. We don't know. And so there's a frustration that I gotta wait because you don't want it. I gotta wait because you don't see it. I gotta wait because the way I think about it is different than how you think about it. I'm pretty sure there was some times in Caleb's mind where he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna quit. I'm just gonna let it go because I'm sure that they not seeing it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I heard God wrong. Maybe I saw it wrong. Maybe I envisioned it wrong. Maybe they not the problem. Maybe it's me. Maybe I need to go on consecration. Maybe I need to sit up there and fast. Maybe it's something wrong with my ear. Should I trust my ear? Should I not trust my ear? Is something wrong with my dream realm? I don't really know. But everybody around me sees something that I don't see. I told you last week. You went crazy. You ain't crazy. You ain't crazy. I'm going to add to that, and I'm going to say, you just different. You, you just different. You're just different. You're just different. You just, you're just different. Ooh, that's not even in my notes. But what's different is always preserved. What, what's different is always preserved. Because I found it interesting when Caleb got over there, he had the strength of a young man. When he was not a young man, he was an old man. But when he got over there, he had all the strength of a young man. He had all of his zeal, all of his tenacity. He had everything, baby. You should have tried to compare them, baby, and you would have never saw the difference. People love to ask me what's my age, and I'm like, I'm borderline 35. And they're like, girl, I thought you was in your 20s. I'd be like, add a decade. Nope, 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 because I'm preserved, baby. I look good for what I went through. I look good for what I've had to endure. I look good. On my mama, on my hood. I look fly. I look good. I'm just saying, I don't look like what I've been through. I don't look like it. Baby, if I told you my story, I could teach you a few things. I don't look like what I've been through. And here it is, y'all. They are now have crossed over the Jordan, and everybody over there has heard what is going down. And see, I like what I saw because it said they lost their spirit. They lost their spirit. Another word for that in another translation was they lost their courage. The same people that your forefathers was too scared to fight has lost its courage. I just want you to hear that for a second. The same people that pushed you into hiding the first time, made you wait the first time. So I'm just talking about a Caleb. I'm just talking about it. Made you wait the first time, pushed you back the first time. These same people are now nervous. And they should be. And they should be. What if I told you it's a lot of people that's nervous about your arrival? It's a lot of people that's nervous you didn't figure it out. It's a lot of people that's nervous about what you're getting ready to do. What type? Somebody asked me what type of people. What type of people? What type of people? What type of people? Because see, I found it interesting, and it wasn't just the Canaanites who had an issue. The Bible is very specific. It wasn't just the Canaanites who was nervous. If I'm going to take the Canaanite land, why are the Amorites nervous? Why are you nervous? I ain't even coming for you. Why are you nervous? I began to look up the word Amorite. And it said the talkers. The talkers. Amorites. Talkers. I had this little thing when I be like, you know why they can't support you in public? Because of the conversations they had in private. That's the reason why they can't really give you all the salutations you deserve. It's the reason why you slip in my inbox and be like, woman of God, I'm just so proud of you, but you can't put it on my post because you was privately sabotaging me. Now, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. And so now I understand why these type of people are nervous, because they've been the ones that had their tongue on you. They've been the one doing all the talking. They've been the ones conversing. They've been the ones collaborating together in conversation. Amorites. It's the talkers that's nervous. It's the talkers that nervous because the truth is they probably say she'll never get it. It'll never be her. It'll never be him. It'll never. No, they not. See, the real truth is, the real truth. They knew. I'm sure, I told you they knew the history. I'm sure they didn't heard it, but they didn't walk around and told everybody you're not gonna get it. Now they're afraid that they about to be made out to be a liar. They're afraid. They're afraid. They're afraid of what's about to really go down. They really afraid. It's the Amorites, the talkers that's nervous. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. The writer said, "You'll taste the fruit of your tongue." Ooh, ooh, you nervous? Is it a rotten apple? I'm just trying to figure it out. You about to taste the fruit of that. But it wasn't just the talkers who were nervous. The Canaanites were also nervous, and the word Canaanite actually means lowland, lowland. So I went to really kind of dig it apart because Canaan can be dual duty here. Canaan can be the land of promise, but you have to deal with the type of people that were inhabiting your land of promise. You got to understand, Canaan for the Israelites was a blessing, but for the Canaanites, it was a burden. I can prove it. I can prove it. I can prove it. I can prove it. Y'all know I like to prove stuff. I like to prove stuff. I like to prove stuff. You got to understand that Canaanites or the land of Canaan was actually cursed. Ooh, 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 ooh. It was cursed. Yeah, it was because. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. That almost took me out. I lost my whole train of thought. It was cursed. And the Lord said, I was about to say it was a promise to the Israelites, but it was cursed to them. And the Lord said, how could it be a promise to anybody else that inhabited it? Because I promised it to the Israelites. How is gonna bless you? It's not for you. Now that's what I heard in my ear. Now let me teach. I'm gonna just teach. It's just what I heard in my ear. But for those of you that are doubting my ability to break through the text, let me teach. Let me teach. Let me teach. Canaan are the sons of Ham. I'll say it again. Canaan are the sons, descendants of Ham. Now, who is Ham? Ham is a son of Noah. Okay. Now, do anybody remember where there was a cave moment and Noah got real nice and drunk in his own cave, and there was a son that snuck on in a place he wasn't even invited in and saw something he had no business seeing, and then he runs out and tell the other brothers, hey, yo, come over here with me. Daddy is drunk and he's naked. Come look at this. And he brings all the other brothers, but the two other brothers had enough common sense. What they did was they didn't want to see their father naked, and so they walked in backwards with his covering, with his mantle, and walked in backwards and covered him. And when yeah, let me tell you, for those of you that like to uncover your leaders, yeah, let me tell you what they do in their private homes, and because you think you prophet such and such, and you apostle such and such, and you see all of what you see, that you got a right to say, the devil be damned. You don't have a right. I just saw an eagle fly straight down. You don't have a right. You don't have a right. You do not have a right. You out of your jurisdiction. Noah was in his cave. Say what? I'm pretty sure when he woke up, he would have got up and got dressed. In his house, his bedroom, those his text messages. That's his DM and his inbox. You weren't even invited in this. You weren't invited. You know, on one part, I was like, dang, Noah, you was kind of hard on Ham, right? Like, you were hard. Like, he blessed the other two brothers. He cursed him because you are not a son. You're not a son. You only benefited from the connection of me, but you are not a son. You're not a son. Because of your connection to me, your life was spared. Your life was spared. God didn't say, okay, I'm going to save you because you ham. No, he saved you because you were my son. It was my relationship that saved you. My prayers, my fast. That was mine. You benefited from your connection to me. And you think the minute you see something about me, the minute you hear something about me, oh, okay. I'm just saying. You think you okay. Let me snatch my connection in. Let's see how well you benefit. So it became a burden to him. He cursed him and his descendants. So Canaan was cursed. And so I began to do a little bit of research because I said, well, what are the type of people? Because, I'm like, I understand the land now. I understand these type of people like to expose you. I know that. The granddaddy, they like to expose. They get pleasure out of that. But I said, what other type of people exist there? And I began to dig some more. And it says, one who exists only in or for material things. Told you only benefited because of your connection. See, you were in it out of what you can get. No, you wasn't in it as a son. You was in it to get something. You want material things. A trafficker of material things. Being this person of physical and worldly nature. The type of people in Canaan. You ain't got no type of standards. You ain't got you use people. You have no type of respect for God's people. No, you don't. You don't have that type of respect. So I say, okay, we got two types of people. We got talkers and we got people who are literally worldly people. They do what they want to do when they want to do. They don't care about being reprimanded. And they'll drag God people in it too. Two types of people. But I got encouraged because these two types of people lost their courage. These two types of people. You done lost your courage. All of a sudden now you feel like you should stop talking. Thank you. Yo, I didn't see no girl come back in our territory. Let me shut up. Last time I tried to get up out of here, I connected with the Canaanites, the people that didn't have no type of exaltation for anybody that was God. I connected with them. We got her out of here, but homegirl back. Homeboy back. I kind of heard. She kind of said he kind of, and now they, baby, let me stop talking. Girl, you need to come over because we need to. No. I ain't conspiring to do nothing. I had enough courage last season. This season, I don't know. We gave it all we got last season, and it didn't. I don't know. It didn't really work. It delayed it, but it didn't deny it. Last season, we gave it all we got. Now this chick is back. Now this bruh is back, and I don't know. I like to hear that these type of people have now lost their courage. You know why I like to hear that these people lost their courage? Because the truth of the matter is these people is what make you feel like maybe I should delay going over there. God, it's the same type of people. I'm afraid it's going to be like it was the last time. Same type of mentalities. I don't really know if I can trust it. Last time, nope. I found it interesting that the first verse of the crossover is dealing with the people that didn't want you to take it. The first point of you getting over there is dealing with the people that didn't want you to even have it. Tell yourself that they can't stop me no more. They can't affect me anymore. They can't. They can't. They can't. They can't. They can't. No, no, no. Not one conversation is gonna stop me. Not one. Not one thing is gonna stop me from going over there because they've already lost their courage. It's no need for me to be scared because they ain't even got no spinach to eat over there. No, no, no. It's no need no more. They've lost it. They've lost it. They've lost it. Now listen, I got a little bit of instructions. After crossing over, because God didn't already gave you some encouragement right in the first verse. What you thought you was gonna have to worry about, you ain't gotta worry about. That coworker you thought you was gonna have to worry about, you don't have to worry about. The boss, you don't have to worry. Your mother-in-law, you don't have to. Your mama, your dad, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. And I said, okay, God, I can be done preaching. I'm done. That's it. That's all I need to hear. He said, no, you got to continue. He said, after there's a crossing, prepare yourself, look straight forward. Just look straight forward. Y'all ready? Because I know we just rejoiced. We were happy. Okay. There's a cutting. there, there's a cutting. There's a cutting. There's a cutting. Oh, okay. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all breathe. Let's go. There's a circumcision that happens. Now that they're encouraged about the people, there's a cutting that begins to happen, and there's a circumcision that is happening. And so, what is happening here is for those of you that don't understand what a circumcision is, circumcision is when the foreskin is cut away. Okay, I ain't gonna go that far because we got kids in here today. Okay, but circumcision normally happens with babies in our today age, right? Circumcision normally happens with babies. They are put under anesthesia. It doesn't really hurt or anything like that. They heal like this fast, right? I know I had a son and they was like, oh, okay, we're gonna take him into surgery, and I lost it. Like, you just cut me, you're not about to cut him. I had a whole C-section, y'all. I had a fit on drugs and all. No, it's gonna hurt him. The doctor was like, ma'am, he's not even gonna feel it. It's okay. It's okay. He's not gonna feel it. You know, my response was, I felt mine. I felt my cut. I'm from sure my son is gonna feel his cut. There's a difference between when a baby is cut and an adult is cut. There's a difference when something is cut in its infancy than something that is cut in its maturity. Mm-hmm. And see, what you got to understand is that when you came out of Egypt, there was a sense of infancy on you. There was a sense of immaturity about you. But see, crossing over the Jordan River, we didn't grow up a little bit. We didn't came to a better understanding of a lot of things, and we've gotten grown about a lot of things. You know, my new saying right now is, "I'm a grown woman. I'm a grown woman. I'm about to be 35. I'm trying to say I'm grown. I'm not little grown. I'm grown. Not just in age, but in bills and responsibility. I'm grown. Okay, don't let this 4'11" stature fool you. I'm real grown out here in these streets. Okay, I'm real grown. I said, but there is a certain type of cut that happens over Jordan. There's a certain type of cut that happens in maturity. And watch this. This cut hurts. The problem with us is we done crossed over what I need to be cut for. Because the text says circumcised again. Didn't I get cut the last time? Wait, why didn't I get it all the first time? I don't understand. And see, I went in and I did a little more digging, y'all. I thought I was an MD for a second. And I was like, well, I'm going to go look and see what happens when an adult gets circumcised. I want to know how bad it feels. And then I read and I saw that one of the things they have to actually do that a baby doesn't have to worry about is stitches. They actually got to get stitched up. A baby doesn't have to endure stitches, but an adult has to endure stitches in a circumcision. And then I began to say, okay, cool. Now here it is. You got grown people getting cut in a time when there was no anesthesia. So I got to endure this type of pain too. I gotta literally feel this thing. And so I began to dig a little bit more. And it's normally as an adult, it's a lot of excessive bleeding. There's a lot of bleeding that happens as an adult that doesn't happen as a baby. And so now not only am I getting cut, not only is there no anesthesia, but I gotta sit up here and bleed more too. I thought I was done bleeding. I thought I was done with feeling myself, the wounds being reopened. I thought I was done feeling that and that. I thought I was done crying over that and that. I thought I was done being tormented by that and that, and it's coming back up again. I'm bleeding again, God. I'm bleeding again. There's a thing with us leaders when we say you don't bleed on the sheep, you don't stain them. And I'm like, God, I didn't cross over. I shouldn't have to bleed this time. But here it is, you're bleeding again. And not only you bleeding again, but there's serious pain because they didn't have pain medication. They didn't have anything to soothe this cutting. Which leads to my last point. There's a lot of irritation. You see yourself yet? You see yourself yet? That you didn't cross over into what you believe is yours. That you didn't cross over what you believe is now your time. That you didn't cross over into what you believe is now your season. But it's like I didn't cross over and you cutting me again. I didn't cross over and I got to deal with this again. But this time is worse. This time is more painful. This time is taking more in me. What is going on? I said you got cut this time again. Again, 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 again. I hope I just answered a few of y'all questions because I know a lot of y'all was like, I should have never had to get cut over here. I wasn't expecting that. No. I shouldn't have had to get cut in this place. It's supposed to be my place of promise while I'm bleeding. It's supposed to be my place of promise while I'm irritated. It's supposed to be my place of promise, but I'm in pain. As an adult, there's a bit more endurance required. I know you want this crossover to be easy. Yeah. Let me deal with you for a second. You want the crossover to be easy. You wanted it to be just like, I'm here, y'all run, I'm done. Yes, y'all scatter me. I got proven right. Be gone today, tomorrow too. Like seriously, be gone. No, cut. I had this place in my life where I said, God, let my maturity respond for me. That's right. Dealing with the same type of people, God, I remember a part of myself. I'm ignorant. I'm real ignorant. Saved and I'm saved for real. When he saved me for real, like real life saved me. And so I'm like, okay, God, woohoo. I don't know if I got the patience to give these type of people a second chance or a third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I don't really know. That ignorant side of me might emerge this time. I don't know. But then I had to really understand that I'm in different seasons of my life. See, then I was immature, but now I've reached a place of maturity. And so I'm like, okay, God, let my maturity respond for me. And he said to me, that's why I'm cutting you. That's why you're in surgery. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. That's why. That's why. I gotta make sure all the old skin is gone. Uh-uh. It would have been easier to cut it in the wilderness because you thought you wouldn't have to worry about it over here. But I'm trying to show you that over here, I'm gonna cut it away and you'll never have to deal with it ever again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Say I got the endurance to take my cut. Uh-huh. 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 Say it again just to make yourself feel better. I got the endurance to take my cut. Take it like a man, bruh. Take that cut. You're growner than what you once were. You're not who you were. I said, okay, God, thank you for telling me I'm more mature because I didn't really trust myself. I really trust myself. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm alone. I don't know. I really trust myself. And so God began to say to me, He said, okay, cool. After the cutting, it's gonna be all right. And then you're gonna be good. And I'm be like, okay, cool. Now, God, it's time for me to go. He said, no. Okay, listen. I done crossed over, they done lost courage. Okay. I done let you cut me. Now I should be able to take what's mine, right? I should be done. He said, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Because after that, you got to camp again. Yeah. What? Wow. I got to do what? Walk in here, Apostle. When you told me it was time to go over, I had to camp. Then you said I had to get off the edge. Then you said I gotta follow. So I mean I can't even hear you because you in a distance. And now I'm over. We're here now. You didn't encourage me, and so I ain't got to deal with the same type of people no more. And then you cut me. I ain't even got time to deal with the fact that this time the bleeding ain't because of them, it's because of God. Okay. You cut me. You cut me. Shh. You cut me. You can. Shh. I just threw it out there. Don't let that take me like that. You cut me. And now you telling me I gotta wait again. Yes, ma'am. Verse 8. And it came to pass when they had done circumcising all the people that they abode in their places in the camp. Watch this. Till they were whole. What if I told you you can't take it until you whole? Mm-hmm. Yep. Come. Don't leave this room. Come back in the room. Come back in the room. Come back. Come. Hey, come back in the room. The last camping period was to test your patience, but this camping period is to watch you be a patient. The last camping period, you had to be patient. This camping period, you are a patient. Uh-huh. You're in the waiting room because he's waiting for you to heal. Because if you go over there and you're not healed, not only will you not take it, but you can't even maintain it. You won't enjoy it. You're going to go over there with the same mentality you had in Egypt. You're going to go over there with the same doctrine. You're going to go over there behaving the same. I don't heal you. If I don't heal you. If I don't heal you. God, you don't want to give it to me. No. That's not it. It's already yours. It's already, you're already in it. And that's the problem with a lot of y'all, because y'all already in your promised place, but God has you in a period of becoming whole. You already over here. You're just in a holding room. You're just in a holding room. You're in the room of recovery. You're in the room of recovery. You're in the room of recovery. You're in the room. I like that, Joe. I like that, Dr. Joe. You're recovering. You just got out of surgery. You're recovering. You're recovering. God, you're supposed to give it to me because it's payback. It's already yours, baby. You're recovering. I want it now because I want to feel good about the fact you cut me. You're already here. You're recovering. 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 That's all I'm saying. I just wanted to sink into y'all that y'all actually recovered. Okay. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Get eyeball to eyeball with your neighbor real quick. Get eyeball to eyeball just real quick. Take your prophetic finger, your good one, your good finger, and say, stop tripping. You already here. God, forget this. I don't want this no more. I didn't already gave it to you. I don't want this no more, God. I quit. I didn't went through all this to get you to this point. And you gonna stop tripping. You stop tripping. Stop tripping. Stop. Shh. Because I got something for you. I got something for you. Y'all ready? You ready? Listen, you ready? We almost done, y'all. It's time to go home. We almost done. Verse 9 says, and the Lord said unto Joshua, this day, in the day of recovery. This day, after you done got cut and you got to remain here, recover here. This day have I rolled away the reproach, not just any reproach, but the reproach of Egypt from off you. I got something to tell you. Remain until the reproach is removed. The only way you're going to get happy about that is when you understand what a reproach is. To be a reproach is to express disappointment in or displeasure with for conduct that is blameworthy or in need of amendment. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? To be a reproach. To be a reproach. To be a reproach. It's to express disappointment in or displeasure with. It specifically says a person. For conduct that is blameworthy or in need of amendment. Y'all ready for this? I believe I'm standing in front of a lot of people in this room that was blamed for stuff they didn't even do. That they took the fault for things they did not even do. That they got reproached for stuff they did not even do. And so here it is. You're in the recovery room so that you can become whole. And God said you got to remain here until the reproach is removed. He's hiding me so he can set the record straight. He's keeping me here so he can set the record straight. I kept digging. I kept digging to blame, to be held responsible for, to discredit, loss of credit or reputation, to be disgraced, loss of grace, favor, and honor. Hold on, God. What you mean? I need you to remain until I remove this type of reproach off your name, off your honor, off your reputation. God said you got to remain here so I can restore all of that back to you. I'm not just trying to give it to you. I'm trying to give it to you with a clean record. I ain't trying to just give it to you. I'm trying to give it to you beyond what they said. When I give it to you, see, you thought people, you was going to get it and people weren't going to clap for you because they really didn't want you to have it. No, this time they going to clap because they going to know that people came up against you. They going to know that you was innocent the whole time. They going to know. They're gonna know. They're gonna know. I had this thing that I started telling myself last night. I had to remind myself there was a moment in my life that something happened and I was mad as hell that it happened. I was mad at God for allowing it to happen. And I said, wait a minute. I trusted you. I did everything you told me to do. And I'm the one that's being made ashamed. I'm the one that's being humiliated. I'm the one whose reputation is being discarded. I'm the girl walking around with the scarlet letter on her chest. I was mad as hell that God allowed that to happen to me. And on the day, the very day, my last day of deciding to put up with it, I had a prophet that randomly called me and said, woman of God, be not dismayed. You will get the last laugh. I prophesy to every person in this room, for every person that laughed at you, you're getting ready to have the last laugh. You better be in the mirror practicing your laugh. Listen, practice your laugh. Oh, I heard that, God. And God just said to me, that's why you can't go over there broken. You can't go over there broken because you're going to go over there in bitterness and not enjoy. God about to put some of y'all in Gilgal. Ooh, he about to put some of y'all in Gilgal. The reproach about to be removed. I'm telling you, I just prophesied it today. The reproach about to get ready to be removed. You about to have people calling you in a minute. They're about to say, I heard this about you, but some kind of way I know this ain't even true. I'm telling you, the truth is getting ready to be revealed. The truth is getting ready to be revealed. And they gonna know. They gonna know. They gonna know. Just touch yourself and say, they gonna know. They gonna know. I ain't gotta worry about the apology I'm not gonna get. They gonna know my name about to be cleared. My name about to be cleared. My name about to be cleared. I got to the point where I stopped asking God for validation. I did. I got to the point. I said, God, you know what? I don't even want validation no more. I started praying for my enemies. I started praying for my heart. I said, God, you ain't even got to prove nothing to them no more. I need you to prove it to me at this point. You ain't even got to prove to them. Prove to me. I don't need you to prove to them. Prove to me, God. Make me better. Stretch me, God. Teach me, God. Deal with me. Deal with me. deal with me, deal with me, deal with me. You know doggone well that you reached a place of maturity where you can get in the face of your enemy and bless them instead of curse them. When you can get in the place of your enemy and don't even have to throw up in their face what they lied on you about. And the real truth of the matter is, I can tell some truth on you. I really could, but I'd rather cover you while you lying on me. Why? Because I'm different. I'm different. I'm a different breed. I don't go by the same gold code you go by. I live by a different standard. I live by a different standard. I don't operate like you. So that's why I had to be patient to go over. And that's why I had to be a patient before I can take it. Because being in the weight gave me weight. And now when I cross over, God got to take off the excess of weight. He's about to remove the reproach. Verse 12. I'm skipping. Verse 12. We about to go home. And the manna ceased on morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land. Neither had the children of Israel manna anymore, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year. I was studying that and I said, God, why is that even relevant? Why is that relevant? Why is that such a big deal right now? And the Lord said to me, he said, what is manna? And I said, well, God is your daily provision while in the wilderness. He said, the first thing you got to understand is that when you switch from manna to fruit, you are now in the place where the provision is continual. You're now in the place where I don't have to give it to you daily. It's inherited. That's the difference between the wilderness and here. And I say, okay, God, I say, okay, I can rejoice in that now I don't have to work for it. It's given to me. That now I don't have to look for it. It's right outside my door. I don't have to worry about where it's gonna come from. I don't have to worry about what it's gonna be, because I can look out my door and see that there is fruit. I can look out my window and see there is fruit. I can look down the road and see there is fruit. I can see where my help coming from. I can see where my fruit coming from. See, when you're in the wilderness, you have to literally go by God day by day. God has to provide for you day by day, moment by moment, minute by minute, and you have to look for it. You have to seek daily. But when you cross over into Canaan, he said it's already prepared for you. I said, okay, good, God. Yay. I'm excited about that. He said, that's not it. I said, okay. Sorry. I went ahead of myself. Well, what else is it, Lord? He said, what else manna represent? And I was like, but I told you. And he was like, think about it spiritually. What does it represent? And I said, Rhema word. You speaking daily to us. Something fresh from heaven. Downloads from heaven. And he said, read the text again. I said, okay. And I'm going to put my definition in there if y'all don't mind. Okay. And the daily download from heaven ceased on the morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land. Neither had the children of Israel daily downloads anymore. But they did eat. I said, God, why am I rejoicing over that? I'm a little sad that I'm not getting daily downloads. Pause. Hold on. I'm not happy. I ain't happy about that. He said, ask them a question. And I said, what? He said, ask them, how many of them am I talking to daily anymore? I said, well, now that I think about it, you ain't really saying nothing no more. I said, God, why you not talking no more? He says, because when you in the land of promise, there's no need for me to prophesy anymore. Hey. The fruit of what I said is there. And it's the food for you to eat. You're looking for me to say something else. But you're there. If you want to eat something, eat of the land of your promise. If you want to eat something, eat from the place I'll put you in. If you want to eat something, eat from the position I'll put you in. I say, dang God. We're looking for manna when there's fruit. We're looking, watch this. We're looking for manna. We jumping on everybody else's prophetic pours. We jumping on all that other stuff when you already got the fruit right here. But you don't want to depend on what's outside your door. You don't want to do that. No, and I'm not about to rebuke y'all today because it's not the type of message. I ain't even finna go there. I ain't finna go there because I'm about to make you happy in just a minute. We're about to move. I'm about to move, 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 about to move. I'm just trying to remind you, stop looking up here. Well, you're not saying nothing, so I'm not moving. You ain't saying nothing, so I ain't going nowhere. I don't see a cloud. I don't see the fire. And God is like, because you're looking in the wrong place. If you hungry, go outside. When he looses your hands and looses your feet, the only thing that's stopping you from eating is you. Because he's put you in place. He's put you in position. It's you that's not moving. Confirmation of the last prophetic word. It's you that's not moving. And you're mad at God for not talking when he said what you need is right here. You're looking in the wrong places. There's no need for me to daily download, not right now. You're in the right place. You're in the place I promised you. No need to be confused. You're in the place I promised you. You don't need to be. You hungry, go eat. You hungry, go eat. You're in the right place. Oh, God, I feel like they're registering that right now. You're in the right place. You're in the right place. I'll even go further to say the only reason why you feel like you have a deficit is because it's in your mind, not in your hand. Because if you check the records, you got everything you need. It's just mental capacity. It's your mind that's telling you, no, I don't. I got to look up. No, I don't. I need manna. You remember what it was like in the wilderness. There's a mindset that has to change when you transition from wilderness into promise. A lot of us kept our minds in the wilderness place while our feet was in the promised place. So now you're in survival mode when there's nothing to survive. What if I told you Pharaoh is not chasing you anymore? Pharaoh's not chasing you anymore. Those old ways and old spirits, that ain't even your problem no more. What you're getting ready to face is ahead of you, not behind you. All right, I'm done. 3 more verses. It's my last 3 verses. And it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us or for our adversaries? And he said, Nay, but as a captain of the host of the Lord am I now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, What said my Lord unto his servant? And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. I asked the Lord, why did this happen? Because the only other place in scripture you've ever seen this is with Moses. I find it interesting that it started on holy ground and it ended on holy ground. I find it interesting that it started on holy ground and it ended with holy ground. I find it interesting. I said, well, God, you got to start telling me what holy ground is, because I never really wanted to know that answer, because the only other time I paid attention to it was on the back end with Moses. That's the only time I ever paid attention to it. I was paying attention that when Moses found himself running, and he ran into a holy ground. He found himself running and ran into a holy ground, and that holy ground sent him back where he was supposed to be, so that he can deliver them out over there into where they needed to be. And so now here it is. Here it is again. They're now entering into a promised land, and there is again another holy ground. I said, God, hold on. I need to know what the holy ground is. And he said to me, he said, every place of deliverance starts with a holy ground encounter. Every time I'm getting ready, yes, Lord, to put you in a new place, it's going to start with holy ground. Holy ground is literally an entry and exit from a place. Holy ground for Moses was an exit from his wilderness into his destiny. God. And so here it is with Israel, that you see holy ground again. It is an exit from their wilderness and into their promised place. What if I told you your shoes too tight? You wearing the wrong shoes trying to cross over. You wearing the wrong shoes trying to cross over. You still trying to wear wilderness shoes. You still trying to wear Jordan shoes. Yep, you still remembering God for his last miracle. You still remembering God for the last time he saved you. You still remembering God for the last time he brought you out. God said every time, every place of deliverance starts with my holy ground. It's an entry and exit. It's an entry and exit. It's a doorway. It's a doorway. It's a doorway. It's a doorway. I'm just trying to figure out how many holy grounds are right in front of us, but we ain't looking at it. That's all I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out how many angels are standing somewhere in this type of position, waiting on you to recognize that he's a messenger for the Lord. I'm just trying to figure it out, because you see, Joshua had to go and see the same way Moses had to go and see. You waiting on God to show you something. You waiting on God to call you to something, and he said, come and see. Come and see. I double dog dare you. I double dog dare you. Oh. If I could say, anything to you. If I could say anything to you, don't settle. Don't settle just because your name got cleared. I know you said That God, all I want at this point of my life is for you to just give me back my favor, give me back my honor. That's all I want right now. You know what? I don't even want nothing else. I'm good. You know what? Trying to fight for all of that is not even. I don't even really know if I want it no more. I'm really good. But right now, in this point, right here, in this position, because I was one who said it, I'm guilty. It's almost as if God is saying, "Are you gonna come to this holy ground? Because now I'm trying to get you to exit from one place and enter into another. I'm trying to have you take your shoes off and step onto this ground. I need you to go from where you was into where you are. I need you to go from where you was to where you are, not where you're going, but where you are, which means you got to take off the evidence of where you've been." I'm in full circle. It makes sense. It just makes sense. The whole story just makes sense. From the moment Moses had the burning bush, it just make sense. I told God, I said, this portion, this time of my life looks really familiar. Same type of people, same type of situation. It looks really familiar. And right now, in this moment, I hear God literally saying to me, I have to end it the way it started. I gotta end it the way it started for you. That's your transition. I'm crossing you over into the new, but this is my declaration that this is done, that this is over, and that you are entering into a new time and a new season. And what was before you now, or what was behind you, is now really behind you. So stop looking back. Stop looking back. I already told you the people you was worried about, you don't even worry about no more. I already told you. I already told you. Yes, I cut you. You mad. I know. First quarter, you was mad at me. You was real mad at me. I get it. You was like, I'm frustrated. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't really, you know what? Pause. I don't want to do this no more. And I told y'all this second quarter, it seemed like God is really just up to something. But a lot of us has been like, God, I feel like I'm repeating a cycle. And he said, no, I'm ending one. I'm ending it. I'm ending it. I'm ending it. This time, when you enter into the holy ground. Yes, Lord. This time, when you come see about it, this time you'll know what to do. How I can prove how he'll know what to do. Because, see, Joshua was trained by Moses. He was trained by him. He was his chief adjutant. He knew exactly what happened to Moses. I'm pretty sure, just like I be sitting y'all down telling y'all my stories, Moses was doing the same thing. I'm pretty sure all it took. Wait a minute. I hear that. I hear that. Wow, I heard that. The only difference is I'm sure Joshua was probably looking for a burning bush and not an angel. Instead of an angel. Could it be that what you think you're preparing for and what you think you're looking for to be the significant moment, to be the confirmation that it's it, that ain't it. That's what a little twist of the story is. God said, yeah, there's some similarities, but look for the difference. What's different this time? What's different this time compared to how you got cut the last time? What's different this time dealing with this set of people than you did the last time? What's different? What's the difference with your encounter with God this time than the last time? What's different in your eating this time than last time? I say, I'm bringing it to an end. I need you to stop looking at the similarities, because there are way more differences than what's similar. It's way more different. God said, I'm bringing it full circle for you. A lot of you would have been like, nah, I'm good. I don't even want it no more. I'm straight. I don't have to deal with this no more. And God was like, no, that's not his will, because he made you a promise. And if he don't keep it to you, he's a liar. And this ain't even about you. I said to myself, you can be seated. I said to myself, this week, that God is so strategic. He moving pieces of the puzzle that you wouldn't even know about. And you feeling like he ain't working for me. They say no, he lying. I heard it wrong. Y'all don't say he lied. Y'all just say I heard it wrong. Y'all blame it on y'all. Ain't nobody crazy to tell God you lying. Ain't nobody that crazy. Ain't nobody that crazy. But God is saying, pay attention. I just gave y'all all of it to look for. Watch this. And understanding. The prophet said that y'all needed understanding of what was happening. Do not run from your place of promise. Don't run from this place. It might be starting off bloody and painful and irritating. It might be starting off that you gotta wait, you gotta heal, you gotta go through all these different levels and intervals and hoops, and you're going to get back to the place it started. And that's going to be the proof that you can now enter. It's the proof that you can now enter. Just because you over don't mean you've entered. We're waiting on the time to enter and take it. If you enter too soon, they'll be expecting you. I ain't even got time to deal with it. You enter too soon, they'll expect you and they'll try to stop you from getting it. God is strategic about what he's doing. When he gives it to you this time, no man will be able to take it from you. And what you think you got a war for, he's going to drop it right in your lap. All you gotta do is be willing to walk right into it. You still gotta walk. You still have to walk. And you have to be willing to look crazy. The children of Israel looked crazy walking around a wall. You have to be willing to be silent. Don't complain while you're walking. Don't be trying to talk to the soldier in front of you either. He focused. He walking too. He walking, you walking, everybody walking. Don't be trying to tap them on their shoulder talking about you ain't tired yet. I'm tired. You know what's happening yet? No. We got our orders. Walk. Be quiet until you hear the sound. Until you hear the sound. That's your next set of instructions if you ain't heard nothing yet. That's your next set of instructions if you ain't heard nothing yet. Walk. Shut your mouth until you hear the sound. And when you hear the sound, make a sound and then take it.